Have you ever wondered not how you'll die, but how you'll face death when it finally arrives? Will fear control your final moments? Will regret overwhelm your heart? Will unfinished business haunt your thoughts? Or will you stand with the same confidence as the Apostle Paul? Stay with me, because Paul's final hours may completely change the way you think about your own death. What gave one man the courage to stare at a Roman executioner and smile? We'll discover the answer before we're finished.
The cell is cold, but the iron in my spirit does not chill. I hear the heavy boots of Roman guards echoing through the stone corridor. The hour of my departure has finally come. How strange. They believe they're taking my life, but they cannot take what I already surrendered decades ago. On that dusty Damascus road, Saul died, and Christ began living through Paul. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. This body, these lungs, this heartbeat, they were never truly mine. They belonged to Jesus. And now, I am being poured out, like a drink offering, upon the altar of God.
Here's something remarkable. Paul wasn't preparing to die. He had already prepared to live surrendered, and that made all the difference. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid death. To live is Christ, to die is gain. Paul spent his life preparing for it. Listen carefully. Paul never described death as defeat. He called it gain. Think about that. The world sees subtraction. Paul saw promotion. The world sees goodbye. Paul saw homecoming. The world sees loss. Paul saw reward. Death was not the destruction of his future. Death was simply the doorway to finally seeing Christ face to face. Death is a transition, not termination. Paul teaches us something astonishing. When your life already belongs to Christ, letting go becomes an act of trust instead of terror.
Father, forgive them.
The executioner draws his sword. Most men would stare at the blade. Paul looked at the soul holding it. His heart broke, not for himself, but for the soldier. He remembered Stephen. He remembered holding the coats while innocent blood soaked the ground. He remembered the hatred, the blindness, the pride. Yet God forgave him. If mercy could reach Saul, then mercy could reach this Roman soldier. Perhaps Paul's final prayer sounded something like this: Father, open his eyes. Forgive him. What incredible freedom. At the very edge of death, Paul carried no bitterness, only grace. Imagine arriving at your final day without hatred, without revenge, without regret. Could you? We'll ask one final question before this message ends. Notice something remarkable. Paul did not focus on how he would die. He focused on how he had lived. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. What peace to know your race has purpose. What confidence to know your labor was not wasted. And what anticipation to know a crown of righteousness awaits beyond the veil. This is not arrogance. This is assurance. Not confidence in himself, confidence in Christ. Every birthday brings us 1 year closer to our own departure. That isn't meant to frighten us. It's meant to awaken us. Death occupies our thoughts more frequently as the years pass. That is completely natural. But Paul's life teaches us 4 extraordinary truths. Death is a transition, not an ending. A surrendered life creates a peaceful death. A faithful legacy is greater than worldly success. And forgiveness frees the soul before it leaves this earth. One day, someone else will speak the words that describe your final moments. Will they say, he was terrified, she wasn't ready, he spent his last years chasing things that never mattered? Or will they say, they fought the good fight, they finished the race, they kept the faith? If your life ended tonight, would death be your greatest enemy or your greatest gain? And perhaps an even more searching question, are you living today in such a way that when your final hour comes, the one who appears to be your executioner will actually become your escort into the presence of your king?